In this video, I'm going to be teaching you all how I use Algo Sniper. I'm going to give you guys some strategies of how you can use Algo Sniper to make and optimize the most profits possible. It's fairly simple. It's going to be straightforward, get to the point. And with some practice, you guys will be able to make better trades, make better profits, and to become more consistent. Okay, so the first thing we're going to take a look at is the main indicator. I'm going to go ahead and just minimize the momentum indicator that we see in the bottom, and I can do that by double clicking on the screen. When you double click on the main screen where the price action is, it will remove the momentum indicators or oscillators that you have in the bottom. And the same thing, if you double click the momentum indicator, we can zoom in and see how it actually works, and we can see it zoomed in. So I'm here looking at Ethereum. It's one of the coins I trade the most. I mostly trade Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it works for all cryptos and all different time frames. And we're speaking of Algo Sniper here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go into the indicator itself. On the top left, we're going to see the indicator. We're going to see Algo Sniper. There's going to be a little gearbox, and here we can unclick and click whatever we want to use or whatever we don't want to use in the indicator. And we're going to go over all of them, but I'm going to show you guys the ones that I particularly like to use that helps me to get an edge with the crypto market. So the first one we have is the strength dots. And here there's a setting we can click all dots or just one dot. The default setting is going to be one dot, but we're going to click all just for this sake. So whenever we see 3 green dots, that shows us that the trend is strong. It's a bullish trend. When we begin to see 1 red dot after 3 green dots, we're beginning to see the trend weaken. We see 3 red dots, it's becoming very weak. And eventually, once we get 3 red dots consistent, we're going to start a downtrend. Let me go ahead and change the different time frame here. And I'm going to go over here for a better, clear example. So look, we're in a very bullish trend. This is Bitcoin pumping up from 28,000. Look, boom, boom, boom. Continues to go up. 3 green dots. We see a red dot. It still continues. What we're looking for is consistency with the dots, and that's really going to help us to understand if we want to open up long or short positions. When we're seeing 2 to 3 green dots, that's when we want to open up long positions. That's when we want to be buying. If we see red dots, mostly red, we don't want to be buying, we want to be selling, or we want to be shorting. But look, after we have 3 green dots, we're starting to see 1 red dot, 1 red dot, 1 red dot, and then we're getting a mixture between 3 green dots. This tells us that the price is consolidating and just trading sideways. Here we have it, that we have the 3 green dots. Now we're beginning to see a red dot, 2 red dots, and that's going to be giving us confirmation once we see the 2 red dots that a bearish reversal is about to take place. And eventually it brings us all the way down into the red dots, 3 red dots, and then we get a pretty significant crash afterwards. So the dots are going to kind of lead and guide you of what you should be doing. You do not want to be buying when there's red dots. You don't want to be buying when there's red dots in most cases. And of course, it's going to work for all different time frames. I'm going to be going over time frames later. So that's kind of how the dots work. And look, the same thing works with the red dots. I'm looking at a 30-minute time frame. We see 3 red dots here, pretty strong bearish trend. Now we begin to see 1 green dot and then 3 green dots. That shows that there's a huge reversal that just took place and that longs are going to be safe. And look at what happens. The price goes all the way up, continues to go all the way up. The 3 green dots are giving us that trend. If we go just to the 1 green dot, the 1 red dot, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. We see green, that's when we want to be opening long positions. When we see red, after we're seeing a lot of green, there's a possible reversal about to take place. We want to be preparing for shorts or we want to be selling. We want to take our long positions while there is a green dot. If you think like, oh, well, let me buy the dip here, but we're seeing red dots, mixture of red dots. Look, the price would have crashed if you would have bought here during a red dot. So that's the dots. I'm going to go back to the indicator. We take off the dots. Now we're going to look at the trend reversal and take profit. So the 2 symbols on this indicator here, we're going to see the blue X. We're also going to be seeing the diamonds, red diamonds, green diamonds. When we see a green diamond, it's a pretty confirmed symbol that a bullish reversal has taken place. When we start to see the blue X's, that shows us it's a good area to consider taking profits, whether we're in a short position, look, take profits here, and then the trend is about to reverse. So when you start to see the blue X's, it means that the price is trading sideways and it's about to reverse. There's a potential strong reversal about to take place. So pay attention to those. When you see a whole bunch of them, look, they usually will appear when the market is about to change. 3 blue X's, the market goes up. A whole bunch of blue X's, the market continues to go down. So it's basically when there's a consolidation and the market's about to flip. Look, the market pumped all the way up, take profit symbols. These are just considered, hey, you can take profits here. And then the market reverses. We get a red diamond here. It shows us as a pretty strong downtrend. When you begin to see a whole bunch of these symbols here, it just means we're in a consolidation. So it's bouncing back and forth, bouncing back and forth, which is giving essentially false signals. And there's things that we're going to use to weed out the false signals. So the most important thing is to notice is that when the price is trading sideways, bouncing back and forth, there's going to be a sell symbol, buy symbol, but it's not going to get that big move because it's a consolidation. We don't want to trade in consolidations. We want to trade breakouts. We want to trade when the price is about to reverse. We're going to get into that in a minute. So that's basically what those symbols are. We have the buy and sell symbols. We click on the buy and sell, and all these indicators can be adjusted visually. Colors, you can change everything. The size, the spacing, you can change all of it in the settings. And obviously here we have the buy and sell settings. So the buy and sell symbol. So you see the buy alerts, the sell alerts. These work very well in a trending environment. Look, we get a buy in the 30-minute, it goes all the way up. Sell, look at all the way down. Then look, we have a buy and then it immediately reverses. That can happen. That can happen. There can be a bullish move, but some type of news or something pushes the price back down and reverses it. That can happen. That's why you want to set stop losses. I'm going to get into that with the strategy in just a minute. Now we have the sniper bands. This is pretty much my favorite indicator. This is my go-to indicator. I use this off everything. And when the price is above the green band, trading and closing above the green band, and look at the direction of the band. I just take the price off here. Look at the direction of the band. Take this, sorry. Look at this. It shows us the direction that's likely to continue. Now we're beginning to see it kind of slowly start to curve. This is when either consolidation happens and then we get continuation, which continues to go up, or we get consolidation and it pivots and corrects down. So consolidations are pivot points when the price trades sideways. It's like a no man's zone, and it's where there's a fight between the bulls and the bears, and there has not been a decision where the move is likely to go. So this is where the market pivots. It either pumps or it dumps here. There's no other in between. But I like to trade when the price is trading above here. Even if the price breaks down under here and the band is still going up strongly, there's still strong momentum. You want to trade with momentum. This is the key. You trade with momentum, not just any type of indicator or symbol that pops up. Where is the momentum? It's going up. So we want to long. Look at this. The momentum is going down here. So we don't want to be buying the dip when the band is hugely red. See how wide this is? That the wider the band is, the stronger this movement is. So we don't want to be longing. Look, if you'd have bought the dip, it'll crash. And I'm going to put the price here. Look, here's a perfect example. The price crashes. People are like, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy the dip. No, I don't buy the dip if there's a huge red band that's very wide, very strong, because look at what happens. It continues to crash. When the price is about to reverse and actually bottom out, we're going to see this. We see a bottom move. It comes up into the bands, gets rejected. And now we're beginning to see the indicator turn. Look at this. It's beginning to turn and flip, and we get a symbol for this. Anytime the bands flip from bullish to bearish, they flip. They cross over. And look at this is a good entry. When we get a crossover and the price is closing above the band. And look at what happens. If you would have waited for this, that's a perfect confirmed move. You would have caught this move to profits. Then the bands can also give us support. When the price is above the bands holding a support, that's pretty strong. That's pretty bullish. But look at this. Here's a consolidation. This is when the price is getting chopped up. Consolidations are what pivot points. They're no man's zones, but they usually will continue the previous trend. So look at this. The previous trend was a crash. Went all the way up. We crashed. So this is the new trend. It started. We have a crash here. Now the price is consolidating. The previous move was what? A crash. So we continue. It's a continuation pattern. Consolidations usually most of the time will continue the move. So we have a consolidation here. We continue to dump. Now we're pumping. we likely have a consolidation, we'll probably continue to pump. That's usually how it works. We're gonna get symbols when these bands begin to cross. But look at this. We want to trade in long when there's a green band. Look, even the price breaks under it, it's okay because the band is still green most of the time. It can crash under it and go fast, but most of the time, that's not gonna happen. As long as we're trading above the band, even though we come under it for a couple of candles, that's okay. We're still in an uptrend. And even look here, this would have faked a lot of people out, but we still have a strong green band. And it says, hey, stay in the trend, it's still your friend. There's a saying in crypto, or it's trading. The trend is your friend until the end. Trade with the trend. When it's a bullish trend, you buy, you long. When it's bearish, you sell, you short. And the bands will help you to see clearly. Here's a top and bottom multi-divergence finder. This will show us bullish and bearish divergences in the price. Look at this. The more the number is, the more likely a reversal is about to take place. So look, we had a 4 here, 4 bullish divergences, and the price went all the way up. We had 1 here that popped up, and the price continued going up. Okay. Divergence went up a little bit. Divergences, the price goes up. We start getting divergences on the top, the price will usually reverse. Look at this. That's kind of what this means. And it comes from a whole bunch of indicators of divergences. Divergences are when you have an indicator that's showing bullish, but the price of crypto or whatever you're looking at is bearish. That's called a divergence, and that's when those pop up. Those usually are signs of a reversal, but we're not going to get into that in this. You can look on YouTube, look up MACD, bearish divergence, bullish divergence. You can look that up, bullish and bearish divergences. You're going to find a whole slew of videos. But you can come in here and click and unclick divergences that you want to see or you don't want to see. You also have the institutional money zones. These will help us to understand the areas where the institutions are buying or selling. Look at this. Look at this green box here. The price came into the green box, bounced all the way up. Institutional money zones are where there's huge order blocks, which means when the price gets there, there's going to be a huge move. Look, price comes here, sells off. We come back up here, we're likely to sell off strong. We have a strong sell off here. Look at this. Every time we come into this area, we sell off massively. We can still break it. And when it breaks, it usually will break out pretty big. But these are areas where you want to actually understand when to buy and sell. In confluence with the indicator, you want to basically buy where the institutions are buying. We can see that, look at this. Zoom in over here. When the price got to this area, the price went all the way up and went crazy. You can see when the price comes here, the price goes all the way down. So those are areas where we want to kind of target when we want to buy and sell, take profits. All right, in the back, there's a couple of things, the band, the triangles, if you want those symbols there. You can change the thickness of the algo sniper bands here, boxes, labels. You have access to all that. Okay, so let me go into my strategy. I'm gonna give you guys a strategy that you can use. And what we're gonna use is the buy and sell alerts and the sniper bands. We use this. I'm gonna unclick the band triangles just for today. I'm gonna change the band thickness. One of the main time frames that I really love to use is the 30-minute and the 15-minute. These are great time frames for the indicator that I really love. Look at this, it calls the very bottom, it calls the top here, the top here. And you're gonna get a whole bunch of false signals. Look, price trades above the green band, starts coming under it. You had a decent move here, a little scalp, but the price just reversed, so that's okay. To weed out a lot of false signals, you want to go to the higher time frames, like the 30 minutes, go to a larger time frame as well. But you want to be trading with the band. So when you get a buy alert, price is trading above the green band, that's a good alert. When you get a sell alert, the price is trading under the bands and the band is especially red, you want to short. But when the price is chopping up in the bands, just kind of be patient. Especially you'll get a whole bunch of buy and sell alerts. Sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. And here's also a rule. So if this is the buy alert here, we want to put our stop loss at the latest swing low or at support. So here's a level here. You can even use some of these levels for a tighter stop. You always want to have a stop loss somewhere around here. Also, when the price starts to get under and starts trading under the band, that's when you want to kind of look to take profits. If it comes back up or even cut for a loss, if it comes back up into the band, starts trading above the bands, you can enter back in. You also want to understand resistance and support levels. You don't want to be necessarily buying into resistance or long into resistance. You want to long or buy if we break out and hold above resistance levels. You want to buy at support levels. Here's the support level. You don't want to short support levels because there's usually going to be a bounce. And you usually, here's just another little strategy that I use. After a big pump, I'm looking to short. After a big dump, I'm looking to buy. I'm looking to long. I let the trade come to me. Don't chase trades. Trades will come to you. When there's a huge pump, guess what? You missed the pump. Oh well. Now you can short. That's a great thing with trading. If you miss one move, you can catch the other. And it happens. The market moves in waves. It doesn't just go up forever. The market moves up, the market's going to come down. The market comes up, the market's going to come down. The market comes down, and the market's going to come up. That's how you trade it. You miss the move up, now you wait for the wave down. You can even use smaller time frames like the 5-minute. This will help you catch moves earlier for little scalps. But use all the time frames together to have a clear idea. Like, look, we got a seller, we had a little move down, you take your profits. Look at this. Buy alert on the 5-minute, caught the very bottom. And even the 5-minute caught this huge 3 or 4% move to Bitcoin. So the 5-minute, even the 3-minute can do good. Let's see this. 3-minute held this trade pretty well. We had a buy here, take profits up the sell. If you catch a buy, you want to take profits when the price starts breaking under the band. So I would have took profits here. Okay, breaks above, I can enter back in again. If you also use the bigger trends like the 4-hour, the daily, the 1 hour, these are going to help you to understand. And also, indicators are lagging indicators. Understand that they're lagging. So the bigger the time frame, it just helps you to understand the overall trend. So if we understand that we're in a strong uptrend on the 4-hour time frame, we want to necessarily be trading more longs. So whatever's on the daily time frame and the 4-hour time frame, the band is green. We want to be looking for longs. We want to be buying the dips, especially on the 4-hour. When we begin to see it weaken and flip red, like look, even though the price is above the bands right here on the 4-hour time frame, the band is still red. So the momentum is still pretty strong to the downside, and we're at resistance. So the price could probably come up here and then continue back down. I see that happen a lot. So the bands are pretty good. One more additional thing that's going to really help you with the algo sniper momentum. There's a couple things I want to point out here. We want to be looking to long, not only with the rules I told you above, but we want to be longing when the momentum is going up. When the momentum is bright red, there's bearish momentum. When it starts to flip this darker color into bright green, the momentum is bullish. We want to trade with the momentum. Once the momentum starts to head down, flips gray, and we get these sell symbols here. These are sell symbols. We don't want to be holding a long. We don't want to be long. We want to be looking to short. These will catch the tops and moves. In confluence, with their buy and sell alerts. Look, we get a sell alert here. Start coming under the bands. The bands haven't flipped red yet. Now we're getting a change of color and momentum, so it's bearish and it's bright red. We want to short with that. Now it's beginning to flip. We can take profits here. Then it changes color again. Okay, momentum is going strong to the downside. When the momentum flips from red to green, that's also a pretty strong sign of momentum as well. Look at it flips from red to green here. It flips from bright green to dark green here. Strong momentum. These sell symbols also are momentum indicators. Alerts here. They show us momentum is slowing down. So with everything I said, you want to use this with confluence as well. You want to take your longs, and there's green dots, and the price is above the green band when there's a green band. And also with this is going to help you to weed out a whole bunch of bad symbols. There's not a whole bunch actually, but there will be some. So look, we get a buy symbol here. We're above the bands, but then the momentum is kind of weakening. Price ended up popping up, but that's kind of like an example. Also, with the momentum indicator, there's an OBV. It's called it's basically like a money flow. When you see this grayish box going upwards, a lot of money is flowing. It's giving enough volume and money to push the price up further. When it starts to top out and head down in a downtrend and then flip from the zero line, it shows you that there's a lot of sellers coming into and stepping into the market, but there's not a lot of buying power to push the price up further. So it's another point of confluence that we want to use to really understand. And I'm going to show you guys a really good example. So look at this. All the money flow is way up here. The price is bullish. Okay, the money flow is still up here. The price crashes, right? Now the money flow, look how thin the line is getting, and it flips zero. Now it's negative. Eventually that will lead to a crash in price. So that's kind of like what it can help you see. Also, when it flips from bearish, here the money flow is selling, flips here very strongly quickly. It gives us confluence with all the other indicators together to help us understand whether we should buy or sell. So use all these indicators together in confluence. That's what it means to use them together to help you understand when it's best to buy and sell. If you guys just use this indicator here, you will make more money trading cryptocurrency than any strategy, any trader out there. I'm very confident with that. Nothing in this video, of course, is financial advice. It's just for educational purposes. Now, if you guys want to be trading cryptocurrency, I recommend you guys use my BitGet link, where you'll be able to long and short any cryptocurrency. You'll be able to have a lot cheaper fees, especially. You can claim up to a $30,000 sign-up bonus. If you're in the US, I recommend using NordVPN. You will have to change your location. And I recommend putting it in Mexico when you log in and sign up. That's going to be it. I also have trade alerts over in the Patreon. If you guys want to follow my trade signals, be a part of my free trade signals group as well. I have access to now for all of you. And you can also join my crypto school. So if you guys are interested in that, you guys can DM me or something like that. That will be available to you. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys got something out of this video, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing with notifications on. I'll see you later.